So today we are looking at L&D and we are going to explore the topic first. In L&D, we'll talk about training needs analysis. Then we'll go to design the training and we'll evaluate the effectiveness and then we'll take the feedback and ensure that it impacts on return on investment, ROI. So in most cases, why most MDs or CEOs or directors don't value N&Ds, they say they are just coming to learn. How is it adding to the figure? Let's focus on the marketers and those external people that are bringing us raw cash that we're seeing. But they fail to understand that it is what you have in upstairs that you can like bring to practical form and put on the table. So yeah. So why is it important? Why is it important? Why is it important for us to have L&D? It helps to improve performance, it increases productivity, and then it helps to support career growth and enhance engagement. So what is TNA? So wherever you see TNA in HR field, it refers to training needs analysis. So what it means is this. It simply means identifying the gaps between the current and the desired performance level. For example, I want all my staff to be first class employee in Nigeria. So the question I want to ask myself is this. What are those organizations that are first class? What first class, what second, fourth, and like that? So like now, if I pitch my organization against PwC, what am I looking at? I think I'm looking at second places in the entire world. So if I want to look at the first place in the entire world, that means I should be pitching my organization like with organizations like Transcorp, Seplat Energy, Shell, and like that. So now, if it is where we want to get to, the question you ask yourself is, where are we now? And what do we need to get there? So that is very, very important. So that is what we mean by TNA, which is training needs analysis. Training needs analysis. So how do we execute this? We are going to see this. So why do we do training analysis? Number one is to identify skill gaps, is to improve performance, align training with goals, reduce unnecessary costs, and improve productivity. Now, why is productivity keep coming? Anything you are doing that you are not increasing money, go and sit down. The main essence of business is to make money. Forget we are solving problem, but when the problem you are solving is not bringing money, you are not in business. So that's very important. So we have levels of training needs analysis. Number one, organizational analysis. As an organization, for example, my consulting, what knowledge do I need? What do I need? And where am I going? Where am I now? So that is you trying to find out about organization. Tax, job analysis. So now we have different job and tax. For example, in this organization, after the CEO, we have GM and then the L&D experts because we focuses on training. We also focuses on our sourcing. Then after that, you also have different forms of HR officers that mount different places because it's an business consulting firm. So now you have to look at it. Okay, do we need this? Do we need that? Do we need that? Meaning that we need a manager here to handle training. We need a manager here to handle recruitment. We need a manager here to handle general operations. So you are looking at tax analysis. So then individual analysis, you come to individual um, persons now. Individual person. So this class we will have to continue it on another link of which will drop soon because we have been waiting here since for almost how many minutes. So I will create the link while we continue. So in designing this, you have to planning how training will be conducted to ensure effective learning. See, training design is one of the biggest things that we cannot escape from Because if you don't plan well, you will fail. You will fail. And that's why they often say, if he that did not plan well is already planning to what? To fail. So as an organization or as a HR practitioner, you have to be very, very much conscious of how is this thing going to cost? How are we going to go about this? Yes. So I'm dropping the link now as we continue. I want to drop the link. So training analysis is very, very important. So I think Toby is doing something similar to that. You have not been to a place, but you are trying to put everything together and ensure that those people will be able to have the same knowledge where those that are having the physical class are having. So that is very, very important. So, okay, I've dropped the link. So as soon as this one cut off, please let's join. So I hope my screen is not showing the entire screen. You can see my screen.
It's not showing the entire size, it's only showing the
Okay, thank you.
PowerPoint.
Thank you. So now step in designing training program. Number one, set training objective. I would have loved this to be interactive. Okay, in setting training objective, Toby, what does that mean?
The thing is to set like the aim for the training, like why we are doing the training, what we want to achieve for the training, and what we want to achieve like after the training has been concluded.
That is great. Come, can you tell us, like this training we are doing now, what is the set objective? Comment off. Oh. Okay, like what we are doing now, our aim is that by next Saturday, anyone that is here that have not even functioned as HR before should be able to do at least should be qualified for HR assistants or if possible HR officers. So number one, you set the training objective. Number two, identify training content. Now that you have known the objective, what are those materials that you need to achieve this? Number three, select training methods. It's not all training you can do online the way we are doing. It's not all. So some training need to be one-on-one. Then the next thing is you select materials. What are the materials that I need to execute this training? Then you choose the trainers, schedule the training, the time, then implement the training. You understand? So that is how it goes. So the next thing is evaluating effective training effectiveness. So training evaluation measure whether training is achieve its objective or not. For example, we want to see that at the end of this training, 5 HR emerge. So the question is after this 1 month later, I will ask the question, David, are you working as an HR now? I will ask the question, Oluwatobi, are you working as an HR now? Posted, are you working as an HR now? Come, are you working as an HR now? If the answer is no, how are you contributing to the HR processes in the organization where you are? So if the answer is still no, that means the training has not achieved its purpose. So when you ask question to get feedback like that, that is what it means. So now we have Kirkpatrick's 4 levels of training feedback. Kirkpatrick's 4 levels. So take note of this. If you are going for any HR certification, like CIPN, to be a membership board like that, either in the country or outside the country, this always come up as just to check you whether you understand it. So it observes the level of training in 4 perspectives. Number one, reaction, learning, behavior, and results. So it looks at it in 4 perspectives. That is Kirkpatrick's 4 levels of feedback. So I think I define it more in your notes. I define it more in your notes. So I think I would like to explore that note better. So this has turned to your assignment already. So let me stop sharing this. I will appreciate to explore your note. I explain it better there. Yeah. So Kuma wants to come in. Uh, so any question on this before we move? Any question on this before we move? S- So any question, please? So look at where I wanted to ask that evaluating training effectiveness. Key Patrick's 4 level of training. Level 1, reaction. It measure participant satisfaction. Level 2, learning. It measure knowledge that people have gained. Then number 3, behavior. Measure application of learning on the job. So as you have come back to the business, what are you doing? Then level 4 is a result, measuring the business impact. So whenever you hear about Kirkpatrick's 4 level of training evaluation, it talks about RLBR, RLBR, reaction, learning, behavior, and result. Reaction, learning, behavior, and result. Reaction to the participant, learning speaks to the knowledge, behavior speaks to the ability or the reaction on the job, while the R speaks to the business impact. Business impact. So this is just the major things that we're looking at. So the assignment I've somehow do it done it for us. So what is the target? A newly recruited this thing. So we have to do new employee orientation training plan. Look at it. I've put it together for us. So I want us to look at it very well. Please, aside my own timetable, turn it upside down or anyhow you want to retrace it. So do it. All my outstanding assignment, please, I want to get them before Friday. And next week class is going to be 2 class, the last 2 topic we have, so that we can use on second to do our graduation and our defense. Our capstone is our payroll assignment. Please master it. Everybody will present. So please, any question, please? Oluwatobi, any question?
No question, sir.
David, any
Comment.
question? David, any
No
question?
question from my end, sir.
Okay. Come, any question?
No, okay, so I have to watch the class, right? Because I've been on the road and I wasn't really following. But if I have questions, I'll come to you as usual. Thank you.
Okay. So
Mm.
thank you all for now. Please take time and do all your standing assignment. Please, I beg you. Let me get it before Friday. Let me get it. So we'll be inviting some of my superior for this for the final presentation. So prepare yourself very well, please. Submit your slide before that day, if possible. That's before 2nd of May. Thank you for now. God bless you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye, sir.